Today, the Chinese government strongly condemned the protesters who broke into the seat of government in Hong Kong last night and trashed the legislative chamber. Yesterday, hundreds of thousands of demonstrators marched peacefully on the 22nd anniversary of the handover of Hong Kong from the United Kingdom to the People's Republic of China. Their main objection, a bill that would allow for suspected criminals to be extradited to mainland China. A separate, more aggressive group smashed windows of the Legislative Council, known as LegCo, and briefly occupied it. Last night, our foreign affairs correspondent, Nick Schifrin, reported from inside the building and interviewed one of the occupiers. Today, with the support of the Pulitzer Center, Nick spoke with a legislative counselor who was a member of two political parties considered pro-Beijing. Michael T. Yan began by striking a conciliatory tone toward protesters who just last night ransacked his office.
They're very frustrated because they feel that their voices have not been heard, and they feel that government has failed them. And that LegCo, whom voters put into office, as a whole, have not been listening to them or addressing their concern. I think the massive turnout is a reflection about, do we still have a high degree of autonomy that was promised us, or has it been eroding?
You seem to say that you understand their frustration, their anger, and their anxiety about their futures. Why is that?
All the vandalism, all the graffiti, anything, it's not meant to do any permanent damage. It's simply to show their frustration because of the fact that 22 years down the road, we still have not moved forward with any kind of political reform, all right? Universal suffrage, choosing our chief executive, has gone sour a couple of years ago. LegCo, reform about making it more democratic, more accountable to the people, has not really materialized. So the extradition bill and the high-handed way the government has handled the extradition bill, with the central government coming out in full support of the bill, all right, I think further adds to this frustration.
So let's talk about how the government should respond. Should Carrie Lam step down?
It's not up to her.
Who's it up to?
It's the central people's government. And under the China system, you don't just quit like that. Is it totally Carrie Lam's fault? I don't think so. No one person can do so much damage. It is the structure that put her into this position. So on one hand, she is supposed to explain to Hong Kong people about certain national policies. She also has to reflect Hong Kong people's concern to the central government. The question is, in striking this balance, has she been absolutely attentive to both sides? And I feel it's not just about Carrie Lam. It's basically the structure itself is an issue.
So today, what should happen to the extradition bill?
I still support the fact that Hong Kong cannot be a haven for criminals forever. I still think eventually we have to deal with this issue. But the current bill opens up more problems than provide solutions.
So why not give in to the demand of protesters and withdraw the bill?
That's $1 million question. I have a suspicion that that was central government's sort of line. All right, they've come out and pledged open support for this bill. Retracting means even the premise is not there. The direction is wrong. Suspending it indefinitely and pledging to bring it back with something that can be popularly supported, I believe is the right way. Of all the demands made by the protesters, I support one of them, which is to have an independent, judge-led committee looking into the June 12th riot, finding out what happened with the police, what happened with the rioters, okay, who has done what, whether any prosecution needs to be resulted, and also laying down guidelines for future use of police force. We need to do two things. One is to make people feel that they have a say in their choice of government. Secondly, not to have people lose faith in our police force.
Sir, thank you very much for your time.